here with the new head powerlifting coach, Freddie Myles, to take kind of a closer look at a program that will officially start competing next school year in 2022-23. Just wanted to get a little introduction to you so people have an idea of who you are and how you're building this program. But maybe you could fill us in a little bit on what the transition to Concordia and getting settled here with your family. What has that all been like for you?
Well, it was definitely a fun adventure with the family coming out here. We moved from California. That's where I had a gym before, and we moved just last month, so it was during the winter, and the roads were covered with snow to get out here the main way. So we went down south all the way to the bottom of California through Arizona and New Mexico, and then up through Kansas and Oklahoma. And it was really fun experience for my family to kind of this big road trip that took us 4 days and through all kinds of snow to get out here. But we're excited to be here in Seward. My family loves it here. The kids are enjoying the school, and so it's been a good experience. Before this, my gym in California I had since 2005, and in that gym I had competitive powerlifting, Olympic weightlifting, and then also strength and conditioning. And but I wanted to get into the college coaching scene, and when I saw the job here at Concordia, I jumped at it. You know, knowing I'm familiar with the Concordia system, having gotten my master's at Concordia University in Chicago, so I was excited when I saw this job possibility come up in Nebraska. Luckily that I got it.
And I don't know when the last time is you competed in a weightlifting competition yourself or a power.
It's been a little while. It was 2013. The Nationals in 2013. That was the last time I competed. I still regularly lift, but I haven't competed since then. I guess that's quite a few years ago.
What was it that got you into powerlifting? Because it's not necessarily something everybody does growing up. Maybe they lift weights to get better for another sport, but how did you get into this?
Well, my first introduction to it was my high school track and field coach. I was a sprinter in track and field, and he was a competitive powerlifter. And so he started, I would talk to him about how to get faster, and he told me, well, you need to lift weights as well as doing the track workouts, and that'll help you get faster. And so I told him, well, I don't really know anything about lifting weights, and he invited me to train with him in the mornings before school. So I'd go and train with him, and he taught me how to, lift weights there. And his first goal was getting faster for track and field. And then I kind of fell in love with the idea that you can work really hard at these movements and continually progress and get yourself stronger. And that kind of sucked me in, that measurable progress that you can do with yourself.
Mm-hmm. Getting back to this opportunity here, what excited you about the chance to start a new program from scratch here?
Yeah, it's really a unique opportunity to be able to start something completely from scratch. So I can put my own stamp on this thing and start something, have things how I want to do it and create a program that I think is best. It's really unique opportunity, and quite an honor to have the university have that trust in me to create something, a new program here at Concordia, which I hope to, will be very successful and lead to many kids, setting personal records and winning, national championships and maybe making it to some international teams. That'd be great.
I know you're already deep into recruiting and trying to put a team together for next year. What's the response been like when you've been interacting with recruits, and where do you see a lot of your pool of potential recruits coming from?
Well, so far I've had quite a few from Nebraska, and the response has been really good. Like, I had a kid visit today from Nebraska, and he said he loved it here at Concordia, really liked the atmosphere with his first visit, and how nice the professors were and how professional everything was, and the kids were on campus. So I think that, and that's been kind of the response I've got from other kids as well. I've had kids from Oklahoma, Kansas, Wisconsin, South Dakota, and some very southern Florida that I've reached out to or about the program. So a lot, probably mostly concentrated in the Midwest, but also outside the Midwest, Texas. People from Texas too.
Sure. I'm sure there's a lot of people like me too that haven't seen a powerlifting competition in progress. How can you kind of explain what it looks like when you're at one?
Okay, so the powerlifting competition will start with, there's 3 lifts in powerlifting. That's probably the best place to start. So it's, the first lift is a squat, and you get 3 attempts on the squat, and you can, if the goal is to ascend and have a bigger weight with each attempt, and the highest weight that you make, that gets recorded as your best score. And then you move on to bench press, where it's the same thing. You get 3 attempts trying to get the heaviest weight possible, and then the last event is a deadlift, and 3 attempts in that as well. And then the cumulative score of those 3 lifts is added together, and that's how you compete against others, is whoever gets the biggest total within their weight category. And so there's lots of weight categories. Some of them for women are under 100 pounds, and then a whole bunch of classes all the way up to exceeding 220 pounds. And the men's, it's from 115 pounds all the way up to 340 pounds. So there's quite a range of size of athletes that can compete in powerlifting in both genders. And then when you go to a competition, they'll set up the stations in the middle of, like, say, a basketball court, and the audience will be able to sit there and watch the people do their lifts. And they rotate through in a round robin setup, which means that, so if the first athlete A does their first attempt on the squat, and then athlete B does their first attempt, then athlete C, and then they rotate back around to the second attempt with A, and then B and C. The barbell doesn't just descend in weights, it's everyone gets their first attempt, and everyone gets their second attempt, and then the third.
So maybe some of the competitions you've been at where there have been decent crowds, I mean, what is the atmosphere like? I mean, have you seen it where people really go nuts when somebody completes a big lift?
Yes, there's lots of cheering, and one of the unique things about the sport is that even if someone's from a rival team, the people are usually very supportive and encouraging for the people to make their lift. It's kind of unique in some of the other sports that I've competed in where that wasn't present, where the other team and everyone was, rooting for someone to make this lift, because everyone wants to see them succeed and lift this big weight. So that's kind of unique and great. Yeah. So if someone's attempting a big lift, you'll see the crowd cheering for them and tell them they got this, and it's a lightweight and other stuff. It's really nice.
Can I ask, in terms of recruiting, what are you looking for in a student athlete? I'm sure maybe it's similar to what other coaches are looking for at Concordia in a student athlete too.
Yeah, so I'm looking for a kid that one obviously is has talent, and powerlifting would be one. 2, that they really want to pursue powerlifting at the collegiate level, and that they're a good fit within Concordia. Like if they have the right major that we offer, so they could come here and be successful, and that this is somewhere that they can see themselves being successful as well. So I'm looking for kids that find Concordia to be a good fit, and then also that are wanting to keep their powerlifting career going at the college level and are serious about that.
Just looking at things in the next couple years, what's your vision for what this will look like? I guess in terms of a competitive level and how big the program can get in quantity of athletes too.
I would like the program to get large, where there's quite a few kids lifting on the team, both the men's and the women's side, and get it to the point where we're competitive nationally and known nationally as being a place where great powerlifters are produced, and we regularly are in the running for titles at the national and regional level.
Is there anything else you think is really worth adding or noting?
I can think of. I'm excited for the next couple of years to have this program grow, and I'm honored to be a part of Concordia, and I hope to help create a great program here.